Hello, my name is Charles David Hagen. I'm the co-author of this book, A Simple Truth. I co-wrote it with Luis Rodriguez. He's a professor and a philosopher from Mexico. He studied the pre-Hispanic Mexico culture his entire life. I'm very fortunate to have him as a friend and a teacher. Over the last 20 years, we shared a lot of information. One of the things that we shared was the information that we're sharing with you in this book. And this is about the Aztec calendar, which most people are familiar with, but we have not done the entire calendar. Instead, we focused on these 20-day symbols inside, which were created for us to find out about ourselves. Using these 20-day cycles, we find out a lot of things around us and surround us. People say that they were gods. They're not gods. They were written, and they're something that you can find right now, even in this world today. Even though the philosophy and all of the studying that went with this calendar is thousands of years old, the carving of the calendar is actually pretty recent in history. But we're going to focus on the fact that these 20-day symbols lead us to be able to begin a project and to end a project. And so through that cycle, they create other cycles. And in our studies, what we found was that the elders wanted us to know ourselves what it was that we wanted to be. So if you were to ask them, what is it that I should be doing? Their response would be, what do you think you should be doing? So when they study the symbols, you begin to find these symbols in everyday life. And the ones that we use are called the Tonal Powali, which is 20 months of 13 days, or 260 days. This cycle is known to humans and used by humans. There are other cycles around us in the earth, the 4 seasons and things that we know. And there's also a lot of symbols around us that we don't relate to. We don't really use them. But these symbols are going to help you to identify the characteristics of certain things in your life and be able to improve on them. Basically, it begins with Zipacli, which is the crocodile up here, up in this corner, and it goes around in this counterclockwise motion and ends with Xochi, which is a flower. Because when we've created something in our lives, we've created a beautiful flower, something that lives beyond us, something that's relevant to our lives. Now, the elders didn't want to tell us what to be or what to do. What they really wanted us to do was to figure out what it was for us. So in this book, we've created exercises, which we paraphrased from thousands of years ago, actually, that have been used to teach children how to find out what their tonality or destiny is. Tonality is a Nahuatl word, and it just means destiny. So what we're looking for in our lives is, what am I supposed to be? Where am I supposed to be? How am I going to get there? And how do I achieve that? And by following these 20 symbols, you can start a project, you can find out how it works, you can put life into it, and you can make it something that's truly great. You could even think of a project that would live beyond you, something that you know that the next generation will take up and that they'll start to do, that they'll form an opinion about, and that they'll make something really special. So in this book, we want you to interact with the book. You'll find empty pages in it for you to write your own answers to it. And in the end, what you have is you have a book that is yours, that tells you what to do. And what we suggest is, after you've done that once, to go back and read it again. Because what you find out in this world, and this is a simple truth, is that everything changes. So your opinions about what you did or your thoughts about it can also change. And when they change, you have to look at that and you have to change your life. And so this book, in the genre that it is in, is labeled sometimes self-help. Some people say metaphysical, some people say spiritual. Well, they're all the same. They're all connected. They're all in there. So, but what it is really, what separates it from other books in the genre is, it's not what worked for Luis and I. It's what will work for you. It's you finding out about yourself and putting yourself into this story. That's the reason why we left those blank pages, because when this book is finished, it's finished as your book and not really as our book. And so we would ask you to join in with us into this experiment, really, and to find out why these symbols still work, why they're still valid, why did they make symbols that we would hundreds of thousands of years from now still know what they mean. So when you find the aspects of a symbol, and they're all characteristics that are found within us all, there's no symbol on this calendar that's more important than another. But what you may find out is that there's one or two that you relate to more than others, so that you can find where you belong there. But don't ever forget that our day begins with Zipacli and it ends with the flower. It's about what we create, and whether we want to create something or make a change is what we're doing and why we're doing this book. So we hope you would enjoy it. We hope you find it interesting, and you'll find ways to be able to contact us via this video, so that you could either contact us as A Simple Truth on Facebook, or you could go to Red Bear Publishing and find us there. And with that, you can either purchase the book, help us in some way to get out that word, and share with us about what we're going to do in the future. I thank you really for your time, and I hope you find this book to be very enjoyable, but also helpful for you to be able to get to where you want to be. Thank you.